Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing the RLCS 2026 Paris Major predictions. Now, before anything else happens, I have I would just like to go on a rant real quick that three teams get to go out just because of the bullshit that happened last time, which I'm so happy because what happened last major should have never happened. But regardless, let's get into predictions. We're gonna start with Group A. I think Vitality should win this pretty easily. I'm gonna say 3-1 though, because Foot has been surprising me in all honesty with how good they've been. And Justin's honestly pretty good at majors, so I could see Foot winning that. KC wildcard. K Corp has been looking underwhelming to say the least. Um, and wildcard looks good. In all honesty, I really want to give them a win. I just don't really think that's gonna happen against K Corp of all people. I don't, as much as I really want to give Wildcard a win, and honestly, I want them to qualify, but I don't think I can. I think this group's just a little too difficult for them to get out of. So I'm gonna say game five, just for the love of the game. This one, I think this is like a 3-0. I don't see Vitality giving up a game. Here, this is interesting. I have K Corp overall rated higher than I do Foot, but I think Foot could win this game. I think this is one of those matches where I just think K Corp could, because K Corp does start slow at like any event, in all honesty. Their first day is usually the worst by a long shot, and Foot's been starting off pretty good and staying consistent throughout events. So, and plus with Justin being really good at majors, I could see. Fuck it, let's go for it. Here, I think it's Vitality. I Vitality in like four. I don't. I sure. Wild card Foot. I'm gonna say Foot in five. I hate wild card going on three. I really do hate that. I'm gonna be so honest, but it is what it is. Who cares? NRG 5 years. That's a 3-0. That doesn't matter. Man City. I love Man City. I really do, but I don't know what the fuck happened to them last. I'm gonna go Man City because, in all honesty, I'm like so low on South America as a whole, as a region right now. Like they just have not been impressing me. In all honesty, I would honestly have Oceania above South America right now, if I'm being honest. But I'm gonna be honest, both of them are kind of like neck and neck for me. I don't know. I mean, South America as a whole is probably better than Oceania, just because Oceania really only has wild card and power. And I think there's a new team that actually did start showing up, but I don't know. NRG main, I don't see this going past game three either. I mean, Man City might get one, but I doubt it. Made in Brazil should win this pretty handily, but just because I like Snowy in them, I'm gonna give 5 tiers one game at the very least. This again, I don't see this going past three. I mean, it might. I mean, this game might go. These two games might go to four, but I don't see them putting much of a fight. In all honesty, Man City there. Twisted Minds TSM. I love TSM as a team, but I just I can't. Rebellion after the last two events, they've been really really good. Actually, this entire split, they've been looking really good. I'm gonna go 3-0, in all honesty. Rebellion, Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds did not look good at the last major. They really underwhelmed me. Uh, I can't. I don't really have that much faith in fucking Twisted. I'm gonna be so honest. Twisted's a better team than R8, but I honestly have more faith in R8 than I do Twisted, but that's just because we saw Twisted play so badly at the last major. But that's also because Monkey Moon doesn't really show up until Worlds. So I don't know. I'm sticking with this. I don't know. TRK is really good though, but nah, it's fucking Monkey. I don't know. Monkey Moon's not bad by any means. Monkey Moon's really good. I just think he shows up at Worlds and online events more often than he does the other majors. Um, Here I'll give TSM two because it really doesn't matter because I'll have ninjas losing this anyways. Um, just then I can give TSM more games because it doesn't matter. The ranking's still gonna stay the same. Um, Here I actually have no idea what to feel about this. I think Gentlemate should, unless they, I don't know. They've been looking really good. Nas has been looking really good. Archie has been looking really good. But as much as I love Archie and he's my favorite player in EU, he's the most inconsistent son of a bitch I've ever seen in my life. And I'll give Furo one. I'll give Furo one. Here I think SG takes this in four pretty convincingly. I don't really see much of a fight there, in all honesty. Here, I'm gonna go three. Here, SG's favorable against Furia anyways, and currently I'd have SG at like my number four, number five in the world right now. SG just looks really good. Here, I want to say SG, but Gentlemates looks so good right now. But SG also plays really good in best of fives. Gentlemates does not. Gentlemates is a little weaker in best of fives for whatever reason. Hold on. I'm gonna do R8 again. I don't have much faith in South America right now. In all honesty, I don't see Fury making it through. This game's going to five in my opinion. Gentlemates is my one and two. Space Station's my four or five right now. Um, and Space Station plays up to their opponents, like to the point where like in any matchup they have a chance of winning. I'm gonna give it to Space Station just because of biased. This one's completely bias based. I think Space Station on a actual like literal side, I think Space Station could win this game, and I think they can win this entire event, if I'm being honest. I think the like four teams right now that I'm like could win this entire event is Space Station, NRG, Vitality, and Gentlemates. Did I say Gentlemates? I think I said Gentlemates. Those are the four teams I'm kind of looking at to win this whole thing, um, which is coincidentally my top four. So makes sense. Um, K Corp, they don't have the Viterra. As much as I love him, he does not have the results to confidently put him above Gentlemates, Space Station, NRG, and Vitality, in my opinion, or put K Corp as a whole above them. Um, Ew, that isn't. Shopify being at the top here makes sense. NRG being at the top here makes sense. Space Station. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that this is so NA. Like, I think NA is the best region in the world right now. So I'm not really surprised by this, but I wouldn't be surprised by it. But it's just like, I don't. It generally, it's because like my ranking, like I think EU's looked the worst it ever has. I think this is the weakest EU has ever looked. I think this is the strongest NA has ever looked. Because in all honesty, I think Foot could put up a good fight against literally anybody here. Um, Same with SG, same with NRG, same with Rebellion. EU as a whole has kind of been looking underwhelming, if I'm being honest. Vitality and Gentlemates are really the only two teams that like still look like really good in EU, in my opinion. I don't know. I might switch this around just because I don't like how this is ending out. But at the same time, I've said this from the start. I don't think someone from EU is winning this. Not even because of like anything else. I think NA is gonna win this mainly because Mina's not looking the greatest right now. In all honesty, yes, R8 being here is really impressive, and I think is really good for the region as a whole. Um, because of like this is the first time we haven't seen Falcons here. But like R8, we literally just don't know enough about them. Like we literally don't know how they're gonna perform at a major. We have nothing to go off of with them. And then Twisted Minds, we do have something to go based off of. We have Monkey Moon's whole history of like just not performing great at events before Worlds or like majors before Worlds. Like obviously online he's really good and at Worlds he's really good, but the like majors before Worlds he not so much. As much as I love Monkey Moon, he just for whatever reason he can't get his shit together during majors. And hopefully he proves me wrong. Hopefully he proves me wrong because I really actually love to see him like just go through this entire thing. Same with TRK. Um, and I can't. Who's their last player? Why am I struggling to remember who their last player is? Napo, Nepo, Napo. Obviously, Napo looks really good. Um, I forgot Sad Junior was their coach. Huh? Completely forgot about that. I don't know. Let's just we'll keep it the way it is. Gentlemates, I oh this is best of seven already. Fucking this is like 4-1. But it's like a 4-0. Again, I'm not high on South America right now. In all honesty, this is probably the worst South America has ever looked. But that's also because like if we go back, like South America, in my opinion, was like better than Mina at one point, and like they were honestly like one of the best regions. Like they were like right there, like with NA, EU, and all that, and honestly looked really good. Um, Fury could just never get that like major title, even though they made like multiple top fours. But for whatever reason, they've kind of just like stalled out since and kind of like stayed at that same skill level while every other region has just propelled upwards. And it's just like they're not like South America is kind of just like meh. But that's also because they keep switching teams so often, which I think they need to like stop doing because they're trading around the same players like over and over and over again and not letting them like adapt to like one system for like a while. Like they just keep like switching up teams too quickly, in my opinion. I could be knocking, but who fucking knows? K Corp versus Man City. This is finally when K Corp's gonna get their shit together. And as much as I love Man City, I don't really see this going past Game 6. Um, Twisted Minds, R8. I think Twisted Minds is gonna win it, probably. Here, Foot, Gentlemates. I think this is like Gentlemates in 5. I think Gentlemates is too good of a team for me to really pass up on them. Twisted K Corp. I would love to say Twisted here to have some Mina representation up here, but they look so bad at the last major. But they look so much better at this regional this time around, or this like split. I'll give it to Twisted Minds just cause I really hope they do really good at this event. Because last time I predicted them to go 3-0 in their group stage and then they got eliminated and I was like, are you kidding me, Twisted Minds? Like I had you like top 4. Like I was like if Mina was at the kickoff LAN, I think Mina would have taken that third spot. I think they would have taken the additional spot had Mina been there. Because I was like, Falcons and Twisted Minds just look so much better than every other team right now. Because every team was like so weak and like if NRG was there, I think it would have made like a different story. But like every other team just kind of like felt like, what the hell's going on? Um, I don't know. But I think it was a slop fest. I think that kickoff line was stupid in all honesty to put that much importance on literally the first regional of the season. I think that it was a stupid event, but who cares? Space Station Vitality, Game 7. I like that. I like the idea of that. NRG Rebellion. I think NRG is probably going to win it. I think Geomates is going to win this in 6. I think Vitality is going to win this in 7. But in all honesty, Vitality hasn't looked the greatest either. At least in this one. This one, they kind of just looked weird. Obviously, they won it all, but I don't know. There was something like I think it's because of this game. I think that's why I'm like downplaying them so much. The fact they were put in a 3-1 situation. Like, yes, obviously they came back, but a team like Novo, I'm like, you guys should never even be taken to like game 5. No, game 6. I was like, game 6 shouldn't even be like in the question against Novo. But like Novo did play really good this event. I mean, they did take out like Man City and stuff like that. But and I like these guys too. But like it's just like they were playing really good, but it just seemed like every team they were playing against just didn't play that great either. Because Ninjas in Pajamas played terrible. Like they weren't playing good, and partial of that was due to Novo. But like then they beat K Corp, which again, K Corp just doesn't look great right now. I'm gonna be so honest. They just don't. I don't know. I'm so iffy about K Corp right now. And then proceed to have a really good game against like Gentlemates. I just don't like this scoreline. I don't know. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm predicting NA to win this, but that's just because no one can ever win at their own place. Because like last year we had, you know, fuck it, I can't even remember what the first major was, but the second major was Raleigh, and that won a Mina team won, and then the Worlds was at Paris, I think, or it was somewhere in France, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it was somewhere in EU, I think. Um, and that one, obviously, Energy took that home, and then this year, like, Gentlemates took home the Boston one. It's just I think for whatever reason the home country just can't win their own events. I don't know what it is. I and then like Vitality winning in Dickies Arena in Texas, I think that is. But like I think it's just for whatever reason home teams just can't win in their own country or own region, I guess. Here's Space Station Gentlemates. Again, this is a situation where I can see either team winning. Do I think Space Station beats them twice in a row? I don't know. It vastly depends on how Zach is playing at a major, which is something I didn't bring up here either. Um, Considering this is his second major, I think. No, I think it's his third. It's his third. Um, but he also took a break, came back, immediately won a regional. I'm really high on Zach right now. Um, Let me change some shit around. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me. I don't like the idea of saying Space Station's gonna win twice in a row against General Mates. I just don't like that. Either way, I think this is still gonna happen. I still think all this is gonna happen. Um, and then we'll just fucking there. There's my excuse right there. Boom. Beat them here. Space Station goes through. Beats them here in a game 7. Um, here energy versus vitality. I don't want to have an NA versus NA thing, and especially considering last major. If we go back to that, Boston major, Vitality did beat Energy in 5, but at the same time, they also looked really good at this event. I don't know. We'll give it to Vitality. We'll give it to Vitality. And then I'll give it to Space Station Gaming. Like, I can see this happening. Is it the most likely thing to happen? Probably not. If I had to take a guess, my bet on who's winning the entire thing is probably going to be NRG or Gentlemates. It's going to be one of the two, in all honesty, but I'm hesitant to do Gentlemates because, for, again, whatever reason, home teams, maybe Gentlemates is the team to break it. I actually don't remember the last time a home country won a major. Um, I mean, it could have been like really recent. Birmingham. That was K Corp who won that, which that was in EU. So I guess it was Birmingham. So it wasn't too long ago. It was a little over a year. So not too long ago. Like, see, Fury's like right there. But like Fury also didn't look the greatest, in all honesty. The rest of the world just kind of looked like shit too. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I could be knucking. Who knows? But Gentlemates could win it all. Depends on how Archie's playing. As much as I love Archie, he's one of my favorite players, and it's just like he's really inconsistent. I love the guy, but he's so inconsistent. He is. And I hate to say that. I really do. I really wish he was consistent. Um, but I like this. I don't mind it. Um, I think the group stages they look fine. I honestly could see Foot taking this, but that really depends on whether or not Vitality's playing like shit or not. Um, really depends on what's happening with Vitality. K Corp, I see them taking third here. I honestly do see Foot beating them genuinely. Um, just because K Corp really hasn't looked the greatest. But even though they haven't looked the greatest, I still have them 5th in the world. Just because of the fact that it's Vitira. But Foot, I've also been really underestimating recently. So I don't know. But at the same time, I overestimated Redacted, I guess, at the time they were called, um, because they did terrible. Um, Energy being at the top makes sense. That group is that group shouldn't be difficult for them in the slightest, and if it is, that's actually sad. Shopify Rebellion, they've looked really good, and I can see them winning it. Obviously, it's first killer, so I don't see them winning the entire fucking event. Um, but I think that he's gonna do good up until like Championship Sunday or whatever this will probably be Championship Sunday. Never mind, who cares? But again, Championship Sunday is probably when he's gonna fall off, like usual. At majors, specifically at majors, and then here Group D, I honestly see this game. honestly being really close. I think this game will obviously decide who gets the number one spot in this group stage. I just don't see these two getting it. I really don't. It's going to be between one of these two. Um, but I honestly think, given time, I think SG will probably by sometime next year, they might actually be like a serious contender at being the best in North America. Because right now, like we are like defaulting to NRG, of course, but I think SG is the clear number two in NA right now. I really don't think. I think the gap between them and Shopify is actually bigger than the gap between SG and NRG right now. I think SG has just been playing way too good for me to think any less of SG right now. Um, I think that's probably how it will happen. Maybe. I don't know. Obviously, I won't. No one will know until we see. Um, but that's my prediction. I have SG winning it all. Realistically, my bet with how this went out, like obviously, like this is how I would actually predict things. This game is a hand toss, and this game's also a hand toss. Either of these two games could go vastly different and make the champ. I think any four of these teams can win it all. I think every other team, not so much. If any one of these four teams win, I wouldn't be shocked. If anybody else wins, I would be very shocked. So that's just my take on it. Let me know what you think. Tell me if I'm knocking fucks, like people probably will. Um, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, Twisted Minds performs better than I think they will. I'm really hoping Monkey Moon, TRK, and Nalpa actually do something this time around instead of fucking getting eliminated out of the gate when I expected them to go 3-0. Um, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Um, if you want to see like Pokemon Champions content, or I don't know, whenever I feel like recording another Crab Treasure again, because I gotta finish that playthrough, or a few other things, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, so you never miss one of my videos. And obviously, leave a comment. Tell me whether or not you agree or not. You're probably not gonna agree. I've accepted that. Whatever. Um, but hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.